Deshaun Watson's having a rough time right now. You know, he's holding out, didn't want to play for Houston, tried to get himself positioned on another team. Now, bam, a couple women have came out alleging that he's done inappropriate things, uh, you know, in massage settings where he would reach out to these women, bring them in, and just act inappropriately. And it started with 3-4 women, and now it's up to 19. I think I've heard it's up to 20, 24 women, maybe with 14 lawsuits. Some of the women haven't decided if they want to sue or not. You know how they want to proceed. It's a hard spot for Deshaun. How do you guys feel about this Deshaun Watson situation, man? Because it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Outside of football, he has this personal situation going on. So how do you guys feel about this?
Man, it seems like initially, I think like everybody, I was outside looking at the story. We all heard the news that the lawyer of the women was friends with the owner of the Texans. So the first thing you're gonna think is they colluded to blackmail this man to get this man up out of there since he didn't want to sign, since he wanted to leave Houston. He demanded a trade. It definitely looked like that. But now my boy Deshaun he's approaching Cosby numbers, bro. Once you get into Cosby numbers, it's no arguing that. When it first popped off, I said, this is kind of looking like 50-50. Bitch, because I was looking at it outside in, thinking, hey, maybe this is a situation where he is getting blackballed by the team. He is getting, they are trying to trash his name and what have you. But now I've gone from 50-50 to 70-30. 70% that he's done something, 30% chance that he hasn't. Then I went from 70-30 to 80-20. 80% chance he did something nefarious. 20% chance he hasn't. And I will be on record right now, man. If it comes out, when the facts all come out, if it comes out that he did nothing wrong, throw the egg in my face. I will apologize to that man on the air. But whenever you got 20 women, 24 women, all corroborating the same exact story, it's not like it's a whole lot of differences in stories. It seems like this is a serial type of thing where he kind of does the same thing every time. And, is this the worst? I mean, actually, you know what? I shouldn't even judge it as far as bad to worst goes, because at the end of the day, sexual assault is sexual assault, And if somebody felt the way that these women felt, it should be spoken on. I think these women are brave for speaking up, especially against somebody that is an athlete of Deshaun Watson's caliber. And on the flip side, if these women are lying for a bag, then they should be prosecuted with the law as well. But like I said, man, I'm now 80-20. I might even be 85-15. It's looking like Deshaun Watson did something nefarious, and I hate to say it because it's not. He's shown nothing but a sterling personality, a sterling image. He's shown. It's looked like he's been the golden boy since he came out of Clemson. We never heard anything bad about him at Clemson. Never heard anything bad about him before then. He helps the community. It's sad, man. You really, really hate to see it. But as these numbers creep up higher and higher, it's getting more and more undeniable. And I won't be that guy that just sticks with someone's character that I don't know personally. I don't know Deshaun Watson personally, but I do know over 20 women have come forward saying these things about him. So it's tough, man, because I think we all at one point loved Deshaun Watson, man. If you're a football fan, you're a college football fan, Deshaun was one of your guys, you know what I mean? But at this point, he's approaching Cosby numbers, bro. And I will not be the one. I can't deny that. I think something nefarious went on. What it was is yet to be seen. It is all civil suits. It's not like anybody's pressing criminal charges. So that's another thing you gotta look at. People do. The people that are charging them, they don't necessarily want him arrested and thrown in jail immediately. You know what I mean? So there's something to be said about that too. So I don't think what he did is necessarily the worst possible thing you can do to somebody, right? But it's nefarious. And I think it is gonna end up in his career being jeopardized for sure.
No, I mean, those numbers you threw out, man, those percentages, I mean, at this point, man, they're understandable. And let's just be clear. These are accusations. These are allegations. I mean, let's not convict him in the court of public opinion just yet. He deserves a fair shake, fair trial if it gets to that. But doesn't look good for the guy. Doesn't look good, man. Speak to it a little bit.
Looks can be very deceiving, see, and that's the thing about the situation, man. There is power in numbers. We all know that, right? And there's also power. Yeah, there's power in numbers in this situation, right? So a certain amount of people come forward, you start to automatically think, well, logically, that this may be something. There might be something to that. But maybe the people that are crafting the situation know that too. They're smart enough to know that. So, I mean, I'm not going to discredit the women that what's going on in the situation, but I do know that if they're all telling the same story, yeah, there is a common thread there, that the same story was told to them of what they need to be told. That's what I think. I think it's a setup. I mean, if I'm looking at the situation, I mean, I don't see it. I just don't see it, man. I don't see it. The way I see it, there, like I said, the connection between the lawyer and the owner, right, is clear as day, right? All these women are being represented by this lawyer, who's supposedly what's going on? All these women being represented by this lawyer that's supposedly best friends with the Texans owner, who is notoriously famous for not letting the inmates run the asylum, if you will. So what is he doing? He's trying to take things back. This is one of the oldest books in the not oldest book. This is actually one of the oldest tricks in the book for rich folks. It's called blackmail. It's called using leverage. It's called, hey, he said, she said. And in this situation, in the court of public opinion, yes, people are ready to prosecute him, man, for whatever reason because of the numbers. Oh, a certain amount of numbers come by. Nah, that just means that somebody paid a lot of money to 20 plus people. And tell me that that's the thing. And that's why the numbers come. The reason Tiger Woods' situation happened wasn't because 20 women, no disrespect, but it's not because 20 women just came up and just felt like, hey, look, now's the time that I felt like this is the time I should come out. They came out because they saw the opportunity, and this is the time to come out and speak on it because of the money. Money is always the ultimate motivator in the situation. It doesn't take much. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's false. I don't know. But I believe in innocent until proven guilty. I agree with Bryce in the sense that he hasn't done anything wrong in his entire career. He's been picture perfect so far, right? I don't see it. I just don't see it. So now all of a sudden he decides that all this stuff's happened to come out simultaneously at the same time that he's going through a contract status to hold out with the Texans owner who's best friends with the lawyer, right? And you could easily pay a couple women to handle this situation. I don't know, man. It doesn't seem like a situation where I'm ready to convict this man. And I damn sure ain't going to convict him in the court of public opinion. And I'm just a logical man here. So, I mean, I understand like situations like you might, hey, look, you're in the size or something like that. You know, people happens. That happens. People do that. People get into that. I get it. And I'm not judging people that do. Robert Kraft, you know what's up. But that's a whole nother conversation. But no, if you look around, man, you look at Deshaun Watson's girlfriend, you know, honestly, bro, she bad, bro. Like, her name is Jilly. She bad. Like, she one of the baddest joints I've seen these days, man. So if you got that at home, bro, I don't think you need to be worrying about some massage parlor lays. I mean, you're good, bro. Like, you don't need all that, man. I mean, cats get greedy, I get it, but like, I'm just adding it all up, and it just doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, look, those are definitely some interesting takes. I mean, you made a lot of points. One was that we have to add the variable of this lawyer is familiar with this owner. We know this owner. We know him as sort of a villain figure, right? Over the whole protesting. So we got to add that dynamic there. We also have to add the dynamic that, again, these are not criminal charges. And this very well could be a money grab. It's hard to say. But at the same time, we also know in situations like this, one woman's voice isn't always received well. And sometimes when you get a bunch of voices together through shared experiences, you know, you can feel empowered to come forward and say, I've had that experience too. I want to support this woman. I want to tell my story. So we can see a bit of that, as well as, you know, I need to be compensated for the situation I was put in. So, I mean, I think it goes both ways. But
hey, T, I think you hit the nail on the head, though, T. And, you know, I think Scruff did bring up a good point. Deshaun Watson was going through contractual issues with the Texans trying to get out of Houston. But let's not forget, man, when the Bill Cosby stuff went down, you remember what everybody said, right? This only happened because he wanted to buy NBC. That was what everybody was saying. Everyone was saying this is only happening because he wanted to buy NBC. And I'm not going to lie. I fed in that narrative as well. I was like, wait, he's trying to buy NBC? And not to say that those two things didn't perhaps relate to each other. Like, right, people have been knowing about Bill Cosby for years. Maybe it was him buying NBC that somebody that didn't want him to buy NBC was like, hey, don't forget Cosby did this, right? Maybe that is what happened. But at the end of the day, it doesn't change what he did. I saw a statistic out there that said that less than 4% of women are false accusing people of sexual assault. So when people are accusing someone of sexual assault, less than 4% of women are lying about that. So that's not really something that I don't think people are lying about, just as far as the statistics go. And that's why, the more and more I kind of read up on it, the more and more I kind of like heard of the accounts from the women, man, the more and more I had to believe, and we'll see when all the facts come out. I hope all the facts do come out. It's civil suits, it's Jane Doe. So maybe the facts don't all come out, but it's looking worse and worse for the boy Deshaun by the day, man.
So do you think that based on that situation, that women or anybody that was lying is going to suddenly change their lie for the purpose of your statistics? Like, get out of here, man. If they were lying, they're going to lie again.
I'm not saying they're going to change their lie for my statistics. What I'm saying is, like, when
4% are actually not lying.
Less than 4% of women that sexual assault are lying. So 96% of women that come out about sexual assault are telling the truth. That's a staggering figure, bro. That's a staggering figure no matter how you put it. Like, if it was 75% and 25% were lying, then it's like, maybe I can reason with myself and, feel like they were lying. But if only 4% of people lie about this, the chances are that nobody in this situation is lying about this. And it just comes down to, like, and the crazy thing about this is we know how the NFL goes, bro. Deshaun Watson gonna get another shot either way, but it just might put a real hitch into his career, man. It might be jeopardized at the moment.
Yeah, Bryce, I think that's an interesting stat, and I just do want to share, like, from, at least in my opinion, nobody really wants to come forward and say that they're the victim of an assault, let alone a sexual assault. It really doesn't do anything for your personal life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of a black mark against you. People talk to you different, they act different around you. It's typically like a last ditch effort, a last, worst case scenario where you feel compelled to, like, I finally have to speak up. It's not always worth the money, I guess is what I'm trying to say. We do know that there are liars out there. There are scam artists, but it's the numbers. I don't care if it's 50%, then that brings Deshaun Watson's number to around 12. So, we haven't heard from you. I saw you put the glasses on. You took them back off. You're looking really like a defense attorney. So I'm curious to see, are you going to defend Watson, defend the women? Are you somewhere in the middle? What do you land on?
I'm in the middle, man. You got to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. You can't forget you're innocent until proven guilty. And so then, like, I'm not going to sit here and, like, straight slander the man. Because technically these could be, right now, it's all he said, she said allegations. And then the crazy thing about this, Deshaun Watson hasn't said anything yet. So you don't know. You don't know. It's like what Nick said earlier, this could be employed by something from the owner where he's just trying to slander him as much as possible. So that way, whatever deal he gets, the great deal that he gets to trade Deshaun Watson, Deshaun Watson has no choice but to go to whatever team at this point, due to the fact that Deshaun Watson does get to pick on the no trade policy he has with the contract he signed with the Titans. So let's just see what happens from here on out.
And I
can't sit here and say
one way to create
lying either, because you never know. I personally believe still to this day, I still believe Bill Cosby didn't do none of that shit, but that's just me.
Yeah,
it is what it is. Mr. Huxtable didn't do none of that shit. I don't know.
I don't know about all that, but I still rock with Bill Cosby. I think he was a great, he was he's a legend, man. You know what I'm saying? But what I will say is that what I will say is there's more than one way in a business situation or negotiation to create leverage. That's all I'll say. And I think this is a great way to create leverage. That's all I'm saying.
Scruff, you're making a really good point, right? Because in the business world, we know this type of stuff, games are played on these levels, right? And we see this with Daniel Snyder right now and Jeff Bezos. You can't really bully billionaires. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, now Snyder's dirt comes out when, Bezos wants to move in. So there is a bit of that to this Deshaun Watson story, but it's still hard to stomach what these allegations are and just how similar they are. And all right, we talked about this a lot off air, and I know you're saying what it looks like and things like that. Would you feel comfortable with a woman in your family massaging Deshaun Watson right now?
Absolutely not. And that's exactly what it comes down to, bro. Like, absolutely not. With these allegations, there's no way.
Because they ugly. All the ladies in my crib ugly.
Go ahead, bro.
They ugly. They ugly. He ain't gonna do none of that shit. They ugly. They ugly.
Bro.
You disrespectful as hell.
The ladies in my house.
When I see the women in your crib, I'm gonna play back this clip for them, and I'm gonna let them know who they're dealing with.
Hey,
nah, bro, like
y'all ugly.
But T, you make a great point, man, and that's what it comes down to, man. Like, you know, like if your girl was a massage therapist and she said, "Hey, I'm about to go meet this football player," you gonna be like, "Who?" Deshaun Watson. He wants a massage. He's gonna fly me out for the weekend. The first thing he's gonna say is hell nah, bro, because these allegations, and like I said, man, it's not like he didn't do what Bill Cosby did, right? He didn't drug women, wait for him to fall out, and then he didn't do that. But what he's done is still nefarious, bro. It's still uncalled for. It's still unacceptable in my eyes. And this is if these are true. I will preface it with if these allegations are true, because there's, like you guys said, they're only allegations, and allegations are only what they are. They're not yet proven. But if they are proven as fact, man, I think it's bad news for Deshaun, bro. And Deshaun Watson was one of my favorite quarterbacks, man. And like I said, you just hate to see it, bro. You hate to see it.
So I'll add to your question too, Bryce. I'm about to say, my bad. If my girl or my sister decides to go massage, hey, I'm going to go massage a football player. I don't care if it was Deshaun Watson, Jadeveon Clowney, Quinnen Williams, or freaking Nick Foles. I'm still gonna feel some type of way. It doesn't matter. Like it's like
she was a masseuse, though. If that was her job, that's her profession.
Man, I don't know about that. I don't know.
Paper, bro.
That's not the demographic that I would want her massaging. That's all I'm saying.
That's a fair point, man. It's also a fair point that if a guy DMs you, not just Deshaun Watson, period. If a guy DMs you and asks you, are you comfortable massaging the lower abs and the glutes specifically? I'm gonna just say use a little bit of just fall.
Those are problem areas, man. You play football in problem areas,
use
bro.
a little bit of logic and understand what this person is saying without saying, and he shouldn't be saying that, right? At the end of the day, anything you're doing is non-consensual. We know by now. You know what I'm saying? We've been through this. We've had all the Me Too stuff. That's what makes it even crazier that my girl ain't massaging no pro athlete.
Bro, right? Why would you do that, bro? Like, nah.
That's her profession. That's how she get her paper, man.
Right,
man. Most likely, I ain't trying to marry no masseuse, bro. That's just me. I'm good. Like, I'm good on that, dude. Good.
Oh man, but nah. At the end of the day, though, it appears to be bad. So how do you guys think the NFL should really handle this? I mean, Deshaun Watson's lawyer is a huge, big-time guy that's defended like Adrian Peterson. It's a long. Are you asking? You ask for your girl to get taken.
Facts.
No.
Nah, but I answer your question. See, what do they should do about it? I think they should do the same thing they did to Ben Roethlisberger.
Nothing.
So yeah, nothing. Yeah, right. You know what they told Ben Roethlisberger to do? They said, "Oh yeah, we got a rape allegation." They told Big Ben to get married. They said it'll help your image, right? Yeah, that kind of nut shit goes on, right? And we all forgot about that, right? We all forgot about that. Well, no, many people forgot about it. It's not tainted on his legacy. No one says, "Oh yeah, remember when Big Ben had rape allegations?" They forgot all about it. Like sometimes it comes up, but I'm just saying.
No, you
like
make
it's
a good
not
point.
fair.
Big Ben has this had the rape. Peyton Manning had the physical trainer issue similar to Deshaun Watson when he was in college. They ruined that woman's career. So this really isn't foreign to athletes or NFL players, but this is on the opposite side of the Me Too era. So we can't go by all those old precedents, man. This is a new era. And personally, I think when you get a chance to get a high-profile athlete that appears by, at least before this, to be a good guy, I think the NFL, I think sponsors are looking to kind of spear this guy. I think they're going to look to publicly execute this guy. If he can't find a way to get this settled and this drags out, NFL might just tell him, you can't play this season. The NFL has been trying to make this move to, and it's fake. So I think they're just trying to pacify women. I don't really think they care. But we know to keep up with appearances, they might try to tell this guy, you're not playing next season.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because they love to prosecute great black athletes. But they damn sure don't do that to the great white athletes. Because, like I said, when Big Ben had a rape allegation, they told him to get married. When Drew Brees had something negative to say, what did they say? Oh, freedom of speech. The fuck out of here. Come on, man. Like, they going to try to do this in unfair. It's going to be unfair. Whatever. Did it or not. Regardless, we all know plenty of dudes doing all types of stuff. But the fact that they're going to go out their way to try to defecate my man Deshaun Watson, the best quarterback prospect I've seen in the last 25 years, and by far the best quarterback prospect, period, black or white. But okay, because he's black, okay, you're going to do him just like Michael Vick? That's cool. That's fine.
No, I mean, you bring up a good point, Scrub. I mean, the black athlete always gets a short end of the stick. That's something that we know. And, you know, I really hate to start trying to judge levels of sexual assault. You know, I really do. But I do think that there are some gray areas in this type of assault, these acts Deshaun may or may not have made, these allegations, that he could claim that, you know, he didn't know he was doing anything wrong, or he wasn't attempting to do anything wrong, or like, you know, there's a lot of gray area in there, right? And maybe he gets a team of representatives around him that are able to, you know, prove that gray area. And I'm not saying I don't know what the NFL should do. I really don't in this case. You know, I'm really not sure. But if I had to guess what they will do, I think they will bring it to a point where they suggest that Deshaun Watson gets counseling. They suggest that Deshaun Watson takes some time away from the game to get himself right. And you know, if the allegations are true, I tend to agree with that. You know what I mean? If the allegations are false, I don't think anything should happen. If the allegations are false, I think that whoever made them should be tried with the full extent of the law as well. But if these allegations are true, man, I don't see how the NFL can't take action. And I think T hit the nail on the head, man. We're post Me Too era, and I do think the Me Too era was a net positive, right? I mean, at the end of the day, like we can't, as men, you know, in society, we can't continue to treat women how they've been treated for thousands of years, right? It's just not fair. It's nothing about it that's fair. And I am happy that women are, you know, starting to gain the power to be able to speak out on these type of things. And if it comes down that he did these things, man, I do think that he will not play next season if these allegations turn out to be true. But he will play again because we know how the NFL goes. Bro. Talent is what reigns supreme in the NFL. He will play again either way. I promise you that.
So when he signs his contract and all the stuff goes away, would y'all say that it would be safe to say it's BS, right? If that would happen?
He's already signed the contract, you know.
He's under contract. I mean the extension.
Well, that's the slippery slope, right? Because if he is thrown on that exempt list, I believe Texans can void his contract and don't have to pay him. I think they're out from under that obligation. So personally, I think we're done. I don't care how you slice it. We're done seeing Deshaun Watson in Houston. I think that ship has far sailed. I think we're looking at Deshaun Watson 2022, 2023-ish. I mean, because litigation can take years, and that's the real gray area here, right? Because how can you exempt a guy that hasn't been convicted of anything? And if this is strung out, how long do you keep him on the list? Like how long? You know, and it is hypothetical because they haven't suspended him yet. But, you know, how long can you tell this guy he can't play football?
It would be a travesty. It would be the biggest travesty in the NFL, if you ask me. I mean, like Michael Vick's situation is one thing. This is another situation. I mean, I just hate to see such a talented quarterback, just go to waste. And really what it comes down to is, he decided to play an owner's game, and that's like a lot of people were very upset about it. Just stay in your place, right? Trying to play owner's game, trying to control the chips. And then, okay, so you want to play an owner's game? Let me show you how we play for real. And that's when the gloves came off.
Yeah, but you know what? If he and this is how if I'm being totally honest with my logic, man. If he did absolutely nothing, these allegations can never come out, bro. Like, there's not going to be a woman that's exchanged messages with him on Instagram, where he's apologizing. There's not going to be a woman that communicated the day of the alleged assault to one of her family members. If he did absolutely nothing, there can be absolutely no evidence to speak of. You know what I mean? And I think that is the thing that sticks out in my mind. And as much as I, love what Deshaun Watson represents on the field, you know what I mean? The off the field stuff matters. Like I kind of liken it to the rap game. I've always been one that tries to judge people for what they are, right? Like, if you're a rapper, I'm judging you for your art as a rapper. Because that's what you are to me. You're nothing more, nothing less. I don't know these people as people. I don't know what they're about, right? If you're a football player, I'm judging you for your skill on the field or on whatever court you play on if you're an athlete, right? But sometimes these gray areas are created where we're forced to judge people's personal lives. And if your personal life has any sort of blemishes on it, there's a chance that it can be exposed. You leave yourself open for the chance to be exposed. And I just hope, it's not the case for Deshaun Watson, but we shall see, man. And like I said, as the days go by, it looks worse and worse for the boy. It looks worse and worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's for sure. Because the numbers just keep growing week by week, day by day. And from my point of view, each new allegation add a couple $100,000 to whatever settlement you're going to end up paying these women, because that's how it's going to go regardless. Whether you get prosecuted criminally, I don't know, but he's paying a bag to try to get out from underneath these allegations. That's his only out at this point. And it's looking tough for him.
And that's the perfect out for the owner, because the best way for him to solve the problem is just to sign the goddamn contract extension.
But what if he all right, Scrub, what if he pays the bag? What if he pays all these women $100K? Do you think that means he did nothing? Because I know if I did nothing, I'm not paying a bag to nobody, bro. Like, there's no way if I know I did nothing, nobody's getting a bag off me.
$100K is not enough at this point, because the noise is too much.
That's a fact. But I don't care if it's $100. If I didn't do anything, we're gonna fight that to the bitter end. Like, if I know it for a fact I did nothing. So if he pays any money in settlements, to me, it's almost like you said earlier, T, with Dan Snyder. Dan Snyder got everybody on these agreements. They're signing all these agreements that they don't gotta, what I'm saying? They can't say anything. They can't speak on it, right?
The NDA.
They're signing all the NDAs. He's shelling out bread to get people to sign, right? If NDAs start getting signed and money starts getting shelled out, that should tell you something right there, to be honest.
Yeah, but at what point is just the publicity? Because whether it's true or false, people get convicted in the court of public opinion, like he's being convicted now to a certain degree, like he's already being convicted across social media and all different type of platforms. That's all I'm saying, man. It's just like, it's not worth the rumor being out there. The rumor being out there is already detrimental to his image. And it's not fair. And at that point, you're just trying to stop the bleeding. You know what I mean? So I don't think it would prove him guilty or not guilty if he decided to settle. I think that would just be the best way to cut his losses at this point.
Right. I mean, like Bryce said, man, your play, just being a star, the NFL, all that will go away. If you pay all of this off, right? If you pay it off, you don't get a criminal charge, you win some games, no one will be talking about this anymore. If you get out on that football field and you lead somebody's franchise to the playoffs, you're fine. But would you rather pay your lawyer $5 million or pay $100K to 15 women? You're going to pay your lawyer probably $3 to $5 million. You're going to pay them women probably $10 to $15 million, if I'm guessing. I'm thinking most of those women are going to get close to $1 million, if not more, because of who he is and how profile this case has gotten. And like I said, every woman that comes forward, I mean, we're at the point, right, where we have women coming forward with different lawyers. They're not even getting under this big name lawyer who's supposed to be elite, right? I can't think of his name, Tony Busby or something. He litigated the BP oil spill. We got women saying, I don't even need to get under him. I can get my own lawyer and still, you know what I'm saying, bring my story to light. So it's getting real bad for you guys. And it's going to take a lot more.
Yeah, that's a fact. And Deshaun Watson's rich, bro, already. And at the end of the day, yo, like, I know for me, I'm a man before I'm anything else. I'm a man. Even if I was in the NFL, I'm a man before I'm a football player. I'm a man before I'm a gas sports for the culture host, right? I'm a man before all that. If you accusing me of something I didn't do, you're not getting $1 out of me. Unless I know I did it, you're not getting $1 out. You're not getting nothing out of me. Never. Never if I know I didn't do something. Never.
I don't know. I mean, that's a very honorable way to handle things. It's not always the logical way, or you know what I'm saying, the path of least resistance. I'm paying it. You know, like if I'm just caught in a bad place and I can't figure it out, I'm gonna just pay to make it go away. Versus, you know, who knows what may happen. You mess around, end up in jail over lies. If you really didn't do it, there are plenty of people in jail for things they didn't do. My pride ain't worth a jail sentence. I got families to feed, kids to feed. I can't do it, bro. But I respect.
On the flip side, it's like, what are you telling? You know, don't get me wrong. Your kids, your family, they're gonna know who you really are. But it's almost like, what are you telling them? Kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
Life is not black and white, and everybody needs to know that. So
it's a lot of gray. It's a lot of gray in these situations, man.
Life is lived in the gray.
That's a fact. You pay that bread, you're no longer a sponsor. You're no longer getting sponsors.
I mean, like you said, you're a man first. I can live with myself. If I can't live with myself, then none of this matters.
But I mean, it's all here. It's neither here nor there, man. We don't know. Only people that know is Deshaun Watson, the women, and God.
Hey, can I say something though, bro? I think this should be I think we just spent about 35 minutes on this show, and I don't think any like other sports show, sports network, nobody's gotten it as in-depth as we have with real thoughts, real feelings, like just off the cuff, giving you the real. I haven't seen nobody doing it. I've seen a whole lot of political correct stuff, and I love the fact that we didn't go that route. We really, really went in on this. So I feel like we can lay this Deshaun Watson until there is real evidence. We can RIP this story, bro, because we just went in more than anybody's going in. You know what I'm saying? So let's table this discussion for real evidence, and we can go ahead and keep it pushing until that happens. You feel me?